The annual speech to the international business community started afresh with substantiated examples that led to a clear conclusion. The momentum of the second largest economy in the world is on the rise.
这一派红火景象，反映的是中国快速释放的消费需求和巨大的市场潜力。我经常讲一句话：任何产品和服务，你要乘以14亿这个大数，都一定是一笔大生意。
Music to the ears, that is, to the global companies, which by nature are constantly looking for the best business potential and the biggest investment returns, especially now amid all uncertainties.
The fact that we have so many companies here really demonstrates just how important this cooperation is. And so the companies really hope that the two governments can work out their differences in a way that leads to benefits to people everywhere on both sides of the Pacific, but also around the world.
China is our biggest and most important market, and we're investing 14 billion into new products, new technologies, with partners also here in China. You can count on China. Invest in China, and you have a chance, if you're competitive, to get a return.
Takeda in the last 5 years launched 15 new medicines in China, which is much more than the previous 25 years. This is because the team here did a fantastic job, but it's also because the environment has completely changed.
All of them are committed to China for the long term. But it is also true that these days businesses are super observant and sensitive to changes in different markets as well as to political and business climate. It is clear coming out of the pandemic that China needs to provide enough clues for global companies to stay the course by answering these crucial questions. Can investments and efforts here deliver great results? How much uncertainties can businesses deal with? How important is China now and in the future, and why? And China responded by combining high-level diplomatic engagements with important business stakeholders, drafting targeted regulatory reforms and market-stabilizing policies, encouraging domestic consumption, supporting private businesses, and with the emergence of DeepSeek and its open-source approach, this amply demonstrated that China's innovation is not only among the best in the world, but also that it's willing to share it with the rest of the world by making smart changes. In retrospect, all these messages have been well received, but that it will not be sufficient without a more sound and stable trade and business environment worldwide after decades of globalization.
What has created growth? What has created wealth? One of the reasons, and a very big reason, is markets opening up. In spite of these protectionistic trends, that policymakers don't forget what got us to the successful position in the first place.
We need to build bridges and not to build walls. If we got barriers along the way, it's not supportive to economic growth. And if there is no economic growth, it's difficult to get social growth.
Spring has come to Beijing as the China Development Forum is being held in 2025. With the crowds embracing another fruit blossom, one would hope that all the plans and efforts will lead to decisive actions and bear great fruit.